This show is made for listeners' entertainment. This show is not intended to offer or defend any individual, entity, caste, community, race, or religion, or to denigrate any institution or person, living or dead. Listeners' discretion is advised. This audible presents revisiting Mahabharat. Okay, now this story of Mahabharat begins with Shantanu becomes the king of Hastinapur. The main story of Mahabharat begins with the ascent of Shantanu, the youngest son of King Pratapa, to the throne of Hastinapur. King Pratapa of the Kuru dynasty had three sons, Devapi, Bahlika and Shantanu. The eldest son, Devapi, had leprosy and gave up his inheritance to become a hermit. Bahlika abandoned his paternal kingdom and started living with his maternal uncle in Balka and inherited the kingdom from him. Thus Shantanu became the king of Hastinapur. Bahlika, his son Somdatta and grandson Bhurisravas were killed in Mahabharat war. Now the birth of Devvrat and Vyas topic started. Shantanu's wife Ganga gave birth to 7 sons, all dead in infancy. The 8th son Devvrat survived infancy. He was brought up by his mother Ganga, who lived separated from her husband Shantanu. Devvrat went to the school of Parshuram, where he gained knowledge on warfare, administration, literature, and politics. Matskanga was also called one who smelled like a fish. Then Matskanga was the daughter of a fisherman Dashraj and worked as a boatwoman on the river Yamuna. Once a wandering sage named Parashar boarded her boat and during the journey got attracted to her, and she ended up getting a son from the sage, who later treated her for her body odor. She gained a sweet smell and later was called Yojangandha. Yojangandha means one whose sweet smell spread one yojana around. Or Satyavati, his child born to Satyavati, and sage Parashara was dark in complexion and was born on as an island on the river Yamuna. Thus he was called Krishna Dwapayan. Krishna black, Dwapayan one born on an island. Dwapayan grew up to become one of the most renowned and enlightened sages. He is believed to be responsible for compiling the Vedas, and for this reason he gained the name Vyas and is often referred to as Ved Vyas. Now, second chapter name is The Woes of Bhishma and Amba. This story started with Shantanu. When Shantanu wanted to marry Satyavati, Satyavati's father agreed on the condition that Satyavati's son would be the king of Hastinapur. Shantanu could not accept this condition since Devvrat is the crown prince. Dejected, Shantanu returned to Hastinapur. Devvrat, on knowing the reason for his father's grief, went to Satyavati's father. He wrote that he would never claim the throne of Hastinapur. Satyavati's father was not satisfied. He said, "What if your sons claim the throne?" So Devvraj showed that he would not create progeny and remained unmarried. Satyavati's father was satisfied. Shantanu praised Devvrat for his oath and married Satyavati. Devvrat gained the name Bhishma. The later part of the epic makes one question whether Bhishma's oath and his obedience to it was really wise, since it bound him to the side of unrighteousness and died on the side of adharma. But it's also due to his oath and sacrifice he did for the same that he revered as the most respected, admired character in the epic. Two sons were born to Satyavati, Vichitravirya and Chitrangad. Soon Shantanu died. Young Chitrangad was killed in a battle with a Gandharva called Chitrangad. Adolescent Vichitravirya was coronated as the king. The Kuru prince was not invited to the Swamvar of the Kashi princess. Ordered by his stepmother Satyavati, Bhishma kidnapped the three princes of Kashi, Amba, Ambika and Ambalika during their Swamvar. King Shalva challenged Bhishma during the abduction and was defeated by Bhishma. On reaching Hastinapur, Amba refused to marry Vichitravirya and she disclosed her love for King Shalva. Bhishma made arrangement for Amba to return back to Shalva. Shalva refused to marry Amba as she had stayed with Bhishma. Dejected, Amba asked Bhishma to marry her. He declined because of his vows to remain unmarried. Furious, Amba swore to avenge Bhishma. She asked his guru Parshuram to pursue him to marry her, but Parshuram failed. She tries to gain military support to battle Bhishma. All her attempts were futile, since no one dared to challenge the mighty Bhishma. Angered, insulted, and hurt, Amba committed suicide. Now chapter starts from the birth of Dhritarashtra and Pandu. Now Ambika and Ambalika married Vichitravirya. Vichitravirya died soon after this marriage. Bhishma continued his position as a caretaker of the state. The kingdom of Hastinapur was without king, so Satyavati invited her son sage Vyas to impregnate Ambika and Ambalika. Ambika bore a blind son called Dhritarashtra. Satyavati requested Vyas that Ambika should be given another chance, but rather than face the ugly Vyas again, Ambika sent her maid, who bore a son Vidhur. Meanwhile, Ambalika bore a son Pandu from Vyas. Through elder Dhritarashtra was blind, and hence Pandu became the king of Hastinapur. Thanks for this, and next chapter will be begin tomorrow. Thank you.